Richard, thanks for joining us here today. Why don't we just start off by sharing with everybody what your name is, where you're from, and what made you join the military?
Richard Charles Harris, from originally Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Originally, and left home at graduation 17, and my sister was in a nursing course at St. Francis Hospital across Wisconsin, and I got a job as an orderly there, plus going to La Crosse State College, where I got 25 cents an hour, room and board. And the thing was, I was able to work my hours around very well. That's a part of it. And anyway, I started my pre-med and became very close friends with Christian Christensen. And the Korean War was on it. The Korean War, yeah, the war was on at that time with drafting. And we both decided we don't want to go in the Army and all that. So we volunteered for the Air Force Medical Corps, 1948. So we were there 48 to 52. I went through a series of. I was a assistant to the flight surgeons. Okay. Then I became a technician to the altitude chambers.
Oh, okay.
And then from there went to medical aerovac technician school, where I and my buddy got to stay together, flew patients, GIs back. We picked them up, our outfit picked them up in Korea, but I didn't get to Korea. I went to go as far as Japan, but we brought back literally hundreds and hundreds of wounded GIs. And there were times when we worked 72 hours, long hours. And I can't remember accurately, but it was well over 1,000 hours of bringing back very sick GIs. And I ended up there as a staff sergeant, back into pre-med at the University of Wisconsin this time. Madison, and went through med school, and junior year medical school, I met a young girl that was just out of nurses training at the medical wards, and I was a junior medical student. We fell in love and got married. And I can't tell you the exact timing, but they paid, I don't think it was 75 cents, $75 a month or something. It was very small pay back then. So I just decided to join the Air Force again, and I think went in as a first lieutenant / captain, first lieutenant, permanent rank, captain, altered. I don't really know what the word was. Anyway, as a captain, and then stayed on for the military allowed me to stay on for residency in general surgery, and then on into thoracic surgery, thoracic cardiovascular combination. Now I can't really recall without backing up. I retired from the military in 1975. But I was stationed at, I think it was Scott, with thoracic surgeons, thoracic surgery was one of their primary things. And then I get mixed up here.
You're fine.
And I had a choice between Vietnam or Japan, and I chose Japan.
Yeah.
Japan, I'm sorry. England. I'm drawing a blank here.
It's okay.
The Lakenheath Air Force Hospital. I'm drawing blanks as the names.
Oh, it's fine. The names are fine.
But anyway, one really cute little incident I rented. As I got off the aircraft at Lincoln Heath, there was an ambulance waiting for me. Took me straight to the operating room. There was a young man in surgery who was felt that he may have ruptured the esophagus. He didn't understand at all. And so I took over and doing the details of the surgery, but I took over, helped the young man out and showed him how to do things. And eventually, I think 3-4 years at Lincoln Heath, then I went to Wright-Patterson, Ohio, and surgical group there. I became chairman of the department and left with an honorary bunch of stuff. And as a full Colonel Eagle on my wings.
Nice.
And, you get pretty bossy when you get to that level.
Yes, you do.
Then I went, I can't remember the details, but I went with a group and Astoria, Oregon, 12 doctors. They lost 2 surgeons. I was the only one, which kept me quite busy, which I absolutely love. I love surgeons. And I said my wife was a nurse, and just as a aside, she took care of our moves, took care of the finances, took care of and I was a surgeon. I didn't have to worry about anything. We were married 63 years.
Wow.
Did I get that right? And I'm getting lost here. Anyway, I left the Air Force. I wound up finally with a group of 3 cardiovascular surgeons that did all thoracic cardiovascular except pump work, which was fine with me. That's very tiring. And left them in 1989 because of multiple arthritic problems,
Okay.
both shoulders operations and both shoulders therapy, on and on. Anyway, I forget where I'm at now.
That's okay.
Oh, left that group in '89 and came to Florida in retirement to Safety Harbor and then to a condo, the Grand, 23 years, 7th floor, fabulous view. And my wife spent all the time keeping that thing in a perfect condition. So it sold very well when we saw it.
Nice.
But at any rate, she had ovarian cancer, surgery, and chemotherapy, and that's how we got to Mies assisted living. We were actually going into Mies, and she was looking at retirement places, and during those short time, it got worse so fast. So we said, no, she got to go to assisted living. So 4 years ago, this November 5th, my birthday, we moved in to the assisted living, and she was becoming very sick. And I can't even remember what, but I was very, very sick. We both went into hospice, and I was in a wheelchair back then. I said again, my memory is just one big fog.
Yeah.
Because I had multiple serious illnesses. Faye's the only one can tell you about it because she took care of me. Ever since that started 3 years ago, day and night, that woman took care of me. So anyway, November 5, and she died December 8th or 9th. So that short time, and as I said, we were both in hospice, and she was in extreme pain when she died. That's her ring.
Yeah, I see that.
When we went an aside, when we were in Clearwater, Safety Harbor. A family down the block from us, a friend of my wife's, had one of their relatives died that had a bunch of watercolor stuff and all this kind of art. And I asked her if she was interested. I said, yeah, I'll take that. So I took the art material, went to a couple of courses in the local, I can't even come up with the name, where are we living?
Yeah.
The town.
Oh, Dunedin. Had to think about it myself.
Well, the Dunedin Art Gallery, or Art Society. And anyway, I had trouble with art, boat growth pictures, and we had one woman came over to taught miniature art, and I did an awful lot of my vascular surgery using loops under magnification. So I just, I fell in love with that. Got doing the miniature art, and I can't remember the exact number of years, but the last year I did it because I was failing in multiple ways. Was I think 12 or 13. I had 4 pieces of art accepted into the national show.
Okay.
And for several years I worked in it, and I was at one time an assistant to the show chairman, and I had most years I had art accepted I had art accepted in the international show in St. Petersburg in Russia, and also in I can't think of it, one of the well-known places in the United States. I had so that I was a pretty good miniature artist before the time I quit.
No kidding.
Then I've had multiple illnesses, and I said my memory is really very bad. Faye took care of me through all of this, day and night, for years.
So you did retire as a full bird.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Outstanding.
Yes. And I also, there's multiple things there. I set up a surgical group for they had a residency, general residency, generalism, and part of that is surgery. And I set that up and used to teach the interns and teach the residents. I love teaching. My son had a famous saying, "Don't ask Dad a question, you'll get a lecture." And he was a respiratory therapist, and during the epidemic, he was very, very busy, obviously, right outside of Sugar Land or something, right outside of Houston. And he and his wife both became missionaries in Colombia, and they got kicked out of Colombia because of the change of government. Now they're in Ecuador, and they both love it. I am so proud of him.
Oh, good. Is he your only child?
He's my only child.
Kind of like me.
Yeah, yeah, he's a missionary, and he loves it, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Was there any part of the military that you feel has helped form you as a man?
I don't know. We worked awfully hard.
Yeah, that would
Worked
be
long
it.
hours. We loved our work.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's all kinds of little diddlies in here that I can't remember.
It's more than 5.
But
And you go by Doc. Your friends.
I
Doc.
usually go by Doc.
That's
It's,
outstanding.
my closest people call me Richard, but there's not very many. Mostly it's Doc.
Well, Doc, I want to say thank you so much for your time. You've been great to talk to. Thank you for sharing your experience with us, and thank you for your services that you did. I appreciate you, Colonel.